Let me run the intro.
Like that. It wasn't even like that. It was just more like
that way we can
why
get
are you looking at her?
started and talk about that.
We're not talking about that.
Why not?
You know, those are just.
No, we're not.
Yeah, I thought you wanted to talk about
All I have to
ratchetness.
offer is words.
That is not Roche. That's called jealousy.
Roche. Is that the new thing?
Roche.
We gotta make it. Let's get 'em.
What's going on, guys? Yeah, the new word of the day.
Roche.
Roche.
I love it.
Is AKA ratchet.
Roche.
Roche. What? Is that like a spin-off of Tarjay? Is that what it is?
Something like that.
French. Trying to make it seem like it's a little more proper.
Proper. Oh, yes.
Roche.
So what's going on, guys? Another week's beautiful. I missed y'all last week. I wasn't here, and I forgot what it was like to just chill with y'all. And actually, it's been a while since it's just been us four.
Yeah.
So this is exciting. We can have a moment of catching up outside of our regular everyday lives.
Can we just take a moment to say welcome back to your voice?
Oh shit! Yeah, no. It's nice to actually sound like you. But today we have a new victim that has fallen ill to the lost voice syndrome, and we're part of the Lost Voice Club apparently because D, you were number 1.
I was done.
And Los was now you're number 3. I was number 2.
Yes.
But you sound fine, brother.
No. The como se va does not sound the same.
Cracks a little bit. Just cracks a little bit. That had a squeak.
That como se va does not flow today. My French is not tip top shape. I just want you to know. So my Roche could be like really bad, but
He's gonna be at a minimum Roche today.
But yes, I fell victim to Dominican hookah uptown.
Oh my god!
That
Blame it on the hookah.
Among other
it's
things.
that Dominican hookah with the recycled water.
Yo, you know, y'all better be
Slaughter.
playing with that. I swear,
Listen.
if that's a real thing,
What do you mean by
I wouldn't-
recycled water?
They don't change the water in the bowl.
you know, that can't be real.
That's
They
what he
gotta
means
do
by
that.
recycled
They
water.
got a minimum.
No, they change it. But
They
that's
gotta
what he
change
means
it,
by
right?
That's what they do. They
No,
change
I'm gonna
water.
walk with the hookah maker into the back next time.
My vocal cords will disagree with you.
You know what?
I think it's just the Three Kings
disgusting.
charcoal, to be honest, because you can use.
Okay,
and first of all, even if
charcoal,
it's recycled
recycled
water, if
water.
you think about it, it's not water people are intaking and outtaking. You're just blowing into
It's still the
air to
vapor,
it.
no?
No,
I would like fresh
even if-
water though. I want
even if that even if that water
Filtered.
is there, let's say like from you to Ron, and you order a second hookah, it's not that. It's actually I've experimented with. It's the charcoal. It's the Three Kings charcoal. It burns quicker, so it burns everything faster, and it kind of like impedes on your lungs.
That's Life Lessons of
Gentle
Hookah by
ways.
Sweet D. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody.
And of course, the honorable, the lovely Lady H. You get the gunshots.
So,
I you know, we hit on quite a few off the record topics that were lovely, and given the fact that now we're talking about hookah, rache, and chemical compounds of alcohol intake
Science
and
experiments.
seeing other stuff, it was just like, wow, man, you know, you guys live pretty interesting lives.
I mean, I think you live the most interesting out of all of us. We just have small tidbits here and there that occasionally make an appearance.
I just watch, yo. You watching you guys is always fun because I'm like, wow.
Watching us look ridiculous.
You know?
A bunch of airheads.
It's literally just. So what are you thinking?
Yeah, I had an eventful week. I mean, the whole week was
yeah.
pretty eventful, and then it came crashing Thursday.
Yeah. It crashed.
Not crashed, just
No.
It didn't
my
crash.
voice.
It
it
was
was a little
Friday.
rache.
Honestly,
Friday morning when I woke up, I was like, wow.
Oh my God.
I wish I
it was a
had.
hangover
I wish I had
from hell.
some more
Like
actual
Ron
Mexican
sent a
food.
text, and everybody was just like,
Yeah, no one replied. No one replied.
Everybody died Thursday night.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
know,
what
it was
happened?
bad.
I was having like
It was so civilized. We had like a nice dinner, a cañave,
It was Cinco de Mayo.
couple of margaritas.
we
feeling
truly celebrated that
nice.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Drinko for everyone
Yo.
else.
Yeah.
'cause-
No, it was super civilized. We went to an establishment. I forgot the name of it.
What the hell? This
Cañave.
civilized-
Cañave.
No, we went to this establishment where they closed the kitchen at 9 p.m. and closed the bar at 10 p.m. And in this particular case, they made an exception and made it to 10:45. I was like, wow, man.
The Cinco de Mayo exception?
Cinco de Mayo exception. I was like, wow, this is very, very civilized environment. So much
Margaritas
so
were good.
that I know for
They
a
were also
fact.
making a lot of money. People were out to drink that day. They celebrate
were
the
using
holiday now
real
with food,
limes.
with actual alcohol.
The margaritas were popping. The alcohol was good, and I know they were about their integrity, because a old man came and they say, "Hey, sir, we're about to close the bar. Things are wrapping up." And the guy said, "Okay, no problem." And then this Instagram looking girl came, and I was like, "These motherfuckers are gonna bend." And you know what? They maintained the integrity. They did not bend. They turned away the Instagram girl.
I've been to Cañaba a few times. It's true. They have good drinks and they're good peoples.
Yeah.
Laura?
It's a good vibe.
I feel like businesses should all keep the same integrity like that. Like, I think it's not fair that they're just like, let's say you see a beautiful girl. Let's say it's a girl seeing an attractive male. You're like, oh yeah, you're okay, but no, you gotta go because
No,
I'm trash.
yeah.
I'm like, the fuck.
Money is money is money.
I was very happy about it.
If it's
I was
green,
like,
it's for me. That's what I care for.
maintain the integrity and of the place, and it was nice to watch. And then after that, checked on the chat. I was like, "Hey guys, everybody down to meet up," and we threw out Poción, and then that's when things.
We thought it'd be a nice, civilized, fun, wholesome evening with friends.
But it was civilized.
It was
wholesome.
nice and wholesome.
I
had a
disagree.
great
It was
time.
not
The moment the shots show up, I forgot everything.
In
Monkey Room.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening
Shout
out there,
Monkey
but
Room, Washington Heights.
it's mad love for them. But I'm no longer taking free shots, I gotta know what I'm taking, because
Lesson learned.
that
They were
was
giving
not Casamigos. That
No,
was Casamigos.
She was pouring
Where?
Casamigos
At
Monkey Room?
Yeah, it was Casamigos.
And then what about a Poción?
We didn't have shots.
We have
something
shots
else
at
if you
Poción.
were reacting.
Ray brought shots,
So the
bro.
very first
One
place-
shot.
Oh, Mad
He did
Dogs.
two.
Yeah.
I only had one.
I did too.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
responsible.
I'm responsible.
That's the one reason I say that
I did too in Poción.
that, like, I would say I love Monkey Room. They're very consistent in what they offer. So if they know that you drink certain things, they're gonna make sure to continue with that, so that you're not getting too lit, and they're not mixing. Some bars actually don't have that same integrity. They'll give you house stuff when you're not paying attention.
Oh, no, that's the
with
problem.
them.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they're consistent. They'll give you exactly what you're drinking. So I actually was paying attention because I was pretty sober at that point. So they were actually pouring Casamigos shots.
They're so good. They give you recycled hookah water.
They're sustainable in their practices.
I'm lying. That's not true.
You're talking shit.
No, they're great. Monkey Monkey Room is great, and they are
love
very
Monkey
welcoming.
Room.
And honestly,
I have a
regardless,
good time
if
every
you
time I
go
go.
there from
Yeah.
Wednesday to Sunday, Monday and Tuesday I've never been, but if you go anytime from Wednesday to Sunday, it's always a nice crowd. I never
no,
ever
Monkey
had a
Room
Yo,
is
problem.
great.
how come the back never gets popping? It's everybody's by
Everybody
the bar.
wants to be the that's what it is.
Everybody's
because
right
nobody
there.
wants to wait for the waitress because she has to come over to you, obviously. But the thing is that people are just thirsty. I hate to say it like that, so they're like, "Nah, I'm gonna go to the bar," which is fine. And a lot more people are dancing and engaging in the front.
And
Unless you're
meanwhile, the
having-
back, you got all the space in the
So
world
much
to
space.
dance
Correct.
and everything.
Yeah.
Correct.
And nobody's. And I'm like, what the fuck
I mean,
is happening?
that sounds like a brilliant idea for a get together for a pre-birthday.
I forgot that there's the back. That's the thing. I totally forgot about
I remember
that.
last time
But
you
we
and
wouldn't
I were
have
chilling
space.
back there.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, yo.
Oh yeah, it wasn't
H
feeling
and
good.
Ron are in
Yeah.
the back, like chilling.
Yeah.
Having their own discussion. I was like, look at those lovebirds in the back.
I was just like, wow,
They're
man,
all
this
nice,
shit felt freedom.
The true story
nice to
is
sit
the
down.
true story is that H called Ron looking 3 times. He called him dipping.
Make sure that whatever toxic tequila you were on, you apologize after for it. You're so fucked up for that.
We've moved past that.
H. When she doesn't get upset, she just falls asleep. Oh, you
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yo.
and then Ron knows I fucked up. What happened?
Ron, note to self, don't call her crazy. Just say, I'm sorry, baby. I'm not looking at anybody other than you. Please stop thinking that I'm looking at other people.
I've never. We've had conversations, but never like arguments or fights. And like anytime I'm mad, like if I am upset about something, I shut down. And she was like, "Oh, why you shut down?" I'm like, "No, no reason. I don't want to talk about it."
I know. For like a couple days.
And there's
No, I'm
just a
fine.
very simple logic to all that, and I'm sure she'll agree. We are very much more emotional than most men are. And the fact is when a lot of men, and I give credit to some men for this, when you get upset, you shut down, you don't say anything because sometimes less is more.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas we're like, no, we want to talk about this right now.
I was like, I want to take care of this now.
I'm not letting this linger because I can't sleep and I can't do this and that. But so we're gonna talk about this now.
Yes,
I need a 4-day buffer. Get my thoughts in line.
For 4 days, get the fuck out of my house. Don't fucking go home and I'll talk to you.
And then you bring it up. It's like, oh yeah, oh okay.
I'm like, so now you understand why your reasons of being upset are absolutely nullified.
I cannot go. I would not. I sincerely mean this. I would not be able to go more than maybe an hour of not speaking to my significant other if we were in a situation where something came up that was bothering either myself or him, because I just don't like that. That's just very awkward to me, and it changes the dynamic where now you're questioning. You're like, wait, are we okay?
Nah,
is everything fine? But that's
cool.
just how females are. Thanks, Ron. I love you too.
Everything's cool. It's just like, I don't want to talk about that particular subject at that particular time.
Yeah, but I want to talk about this particular subject.
Well,
Females
females
just right
because
now.
then it lingers and it becomes more and festers for us.
And for y'all, you're
Correct.
selfish. That's y'all problem.
You're gonna throw that word in there?
Okay, we could be selfish in that demeanor because you guys are selfish.
Being selfish too.
I was just gonna say, men are selfish in other circumstances.
I'm being mindful to make sure that there is enough time for us to get our thoughts in line.
Anybody notice?
Rather than acting by emotion.
Anybody notice the fourth cricket in the room because he knows what it is.
No comment.
I have.
Thank you. Very smart.
My voice, I
There
can't.
you go. I knew you were gonna say your voice.
Blame it on the voice. Speaking of which, where is the hookah here today, man?
No
No
hookah.
hookah.
All right, we make the
I
hookah.
should know that.
We'll make the hookah afterwards.
Yeah, but you don't have that good stuff. You have that pan.
You don't like pot, man? I love that.
man,
pot.
that pan.
It's too strong.
All right.
too
Nah,
strong.
but I got blueberry in
That's
man.
like homeless hookah.
Nah, you bugging, bro.
Nah, man.
You don't
Homeless
know.
hookah.
You're not authentic
Homeless
to
hookah.
hookah.
Oh
That's
my
like
God.
real Indian shit. Like
Yeah,
real
but-
from India.
So, what else is going on today instead of picking apart and pulling apart all men and women of the world today?
Well, nah, because the women of the world. I know you wanted to talk about some news and current events. So
I mean,
yeah.
we get picked on all the time about the smallest things in this world. Look, like we're just saying, we triple dip. We do one of these.
drop more bombs. Drop more bombs.
When he says triple dip, he means a triple take, whereas when there's a female walking by, a man will look more than twice. And I literally just said this off the air. I myself got upset over the weekend because I had a little bit too much
it was
to drink.
Thursday.
That was the weekend.
When the weekend started.
That was
The
when
weekend is
started.
now. We're starting the weekend.
You do a bit of
I
light
had,
work on Friday.
I had a little too much to drink, and whatever I drank made me think that I saw something I didn't see, and I'll fess up to what I have. However, I don't see anything.
you would blame on the alcohol?
I am gonna blame on the alcohol because I'm not that person. That's not my demeanor.
But
However,
here we are when we cheat or we make these
wait.
horrible.
Wait, nobody said cheating. Nobody said cheating. We're talking about.
wait.
Don't include
We're
me
talking about.
in that.
We're talking about taking a
Do not
triple
drop
take.
that hard we over here.
However,
We all make
niggas-
mistakes. We all make mistakes.
What I was
And then when we say, "But yeah, sorry, I drank too much." Oh, that's no excuse. Blah, blah, blah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Drink too much, you slip, and then it lands into another female? Like that's not unacceptable. We're talking about looking. So what I was trying to say is that if you're looking, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
moving.
But that's what I was just trying to say. There's nothing wrong with that. But in my mind, with how much alcohol I intook, I thought I saw something that actually wasn't there. But I don't think that there's anything wrong. I feel like just men and women alike, God gave you eyes to look. As long as you're not touching or engaging, I feel like there's no issue with that. There's not a problem. There shouldn't be. However, we are human beings, so some of us get more possessive and more.
Or just take your significant other to places where there's no attractive people. That's
That's physically impossible because you're always gonna have an Instagram model walking in somewhere.
That's what you have to do. What Monsieur Luz does. That he doesn't engage. He sends somebody else to engage. So that he can,
Where are the gunshots on that one? Where are the gunshots on that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull out the machine gun sound effect.
Emotional damage on all of us, man.
yo.
Emotional
Yo, man. Oh, man. No. But in regards to current events and current topics, you were telling me about Amber Heard. That's her name, right?
Yes.
Amber Heard. It's pretty wild. I mean, that poor Johnny Depp is getting
He's getting abused.
Johnny
abused.
Depp.
That man lost like $30-40 million on movie deals.
I mean, he's still getting his revenue from royalties from pirates.
Yes,
So,
and also people are now starting to see that it actually.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
even though he
shows up to the set with a bruise and he goes, "It wasn't me. Look," and nobody believes the guy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now with
Yeah.
everything coming out with the court case, now it's coming to light that people are understanding it wasn't him.
Yeah, but the thing
was
is
her.
that
She's
nobody
crazy.
believes that us men could get abused.
Of
Like
course
nigga
you
comes out
can.
with a chopped finger. He look, I lost my finger, and they're like, nah.
No, it can happen. Like real talk. Of course, that
Yeah,
can
but
happen. That exists.
so you telling me she threw a bottle at him
And he tried to deflect it, and it cut his finger off.
well, she had to break the bottle first.
Yeah,
It was a
she went,
broken bottle. Yeah, and she threw
and
it.
then she threw it.
Yes.
Wow.
Who is this woman?
Violencia.
Yeah, but man, but it could, you know what it is. I could never allow myself to, one, either be that upset, or two, like to
Be in a relationship.
be like that. And like, nah. Especially when you got millions and millions upon millions of dollars. Like,
Dollar-
fuck this noise. I'm out.
And the worst part
That's
is,
what
Johnny tried to
money shouldn't be.
I'm
valid
broke and I
in
would
a-
still leave. Like,
Yeah, I was just
yeah,
gonna
but
say.
you know it's a problem because when we talk about here all the time about the subway system, how we have homeless people shitting in a train, but when they're shitting in your own bed, you gotta.
I mean, that's
When they're looking like Amber Heard and they're shitting in your own bed, that is that's
I feel
crazy.
like no matter
That
how
is
much money
crazy.
you make, no matter how much money you make or your significant other makes, no amount of money should amount to you staying or abusing your significant other. And I think that's just me personally, because I know a lot of people are like, fuck that shit. If he got money, I'm gonna do it. Or if she has money, it's okay. I'm gonna stay. She's gonna be my sugar mama. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do.
yeah, but
I
both
don't agree
of them
with that.
are in a position of wealth, too.
Well, she's definitely not even close, subpar
okay.
to as rich as he is.
But she's wealthy.
She's
I mean,
but
wealthy,
not
but
his
not what
money.
he
Not
makes.
his
That's
money.
not Johnny
Not
Depp
Johnny
money.
money.
no.
So why would he stay?
But that's the
Because
thing.
it sounds like, I mean, like, you
Well,
know,
he said in the court, which I read a small thing that he said they asked him that and they go, why don't you stay? He goes, well, my dad he gave up on our marriage, my parents' marriage, and he walked away. He never fought for it.
That's
he said, once I got
emotional
married,
yeah, well, man.
No, it's more emotional damage because now he's emotionally damaged.
this is day to our lives. And once he got into that relationship, he goes, I'm not gonna give in. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna try to work this out. But she shitting on his bed, and that
That's the
shit
wrong
cannot
person
be
to work it out
tolerated.
I don't think that was his cake topper. I feel like
Of
it was
course not, I'm
everything.
just-
Yo, but you know it is like also how upset can you be at someone that you say, you know how I'm gonna get back at them?
I'm gonna shit in our bed.
I'm gonna make sure that in our bed he wakes up next to my shit. Like, yo, like
or
what is
she was
the
marking her
thought
toilet like,
process?
this my shit. This my shit. I'm done.
It's just quite a bit, man.
She said I was just joking around.
No, and that's why
what she
probably
said.
it was probably
playing
She
Maybe
said I was joking around.
it was the only news headline I did read because I haven't read into any of it, and I'm just speaking off of speculation and shit. But I did read that one little part, and their lawyer's defense was it was a practical joke.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, no,
That's stupid.
no. Like you hire new lawyers, yo.
That's dumb.
Niggas, that's just the wackest defense.
She
I've
did
ever
fire
heard.
them.
She
Oh, she
fired
did?
her PR team
Or PR.
Oh shit.
because she didn't want any bad headlines.
Of course not.
whole
Nobody wants
thing's
themselves
messy.
in a nasty light. However, I did want to touch up on something else. So there's a young lady by the name of Kenya, I'm not sure if I'm mispronouncing her name, Jean-Pierre. She is the first African-American press secretary that is very LGBTQ.
Plus.
Plus. Which I like. I give her credit for that. She's from Brooklyn. No shout out there intended, but it just happens to be she's from Brooklyn. Started in Queens. She's literally the first White House press secretary that's African American and also LGBTQT plus. I was like reading it this morning on the news, and I was just like, wow, that's so dope. Like, we're making it somewhere. As far as the population and the civilization goes, we're making it up. And I think it's actually pretty a great thing that more African American and Latino people are making it higher up, and it's not just the white people anymore.
Yo, hold up. So, did the new Supreme Court lady get nominated,
the
or
first
did
black
she?
judge? Yeah, she got
popped
in.
She got popped in.
She's in.
That was a huge news
those things
today.
too. The first female. That's amazing.
Roe versus
No,
Wade.
not first
Not
black.
first black.
Black female.
My
Sotomayor.
apologies.
Yeah.
First black.
Sotomayor was the first, I think.
She was
Latina?
No, not the first.
Yeah,
Ginsburg.
Ginsburg, and then
Sotomayor.
She was
but
the
she's
first
the first
Latina.
Latina.
So then you had
Yeah.
Ginsburg was white, Marisol de Mayo was Hispanic, and this one is the first black one. That's great. Like they're making headway. And again, no offense to men. I'm not like a feminist or anything like that, but I think it's nice that there's a lot more equality going on now than there was many, many moons ago.
Yes. There's still a lot more work to do.
I mean, but it seems that we're going backwards.
Yo, wait,
Yes,
but that's
and
really my
yes.
question. Hold up. The Roe versus Wade situation. Is that popping off in the Supreme Court?
They were planning to, so I don't know what's going to happen now
So-
that the leak.
Would anybody care
Happened.
to
Well,
elaborate
Judge,
on
what
what Roe-
Robert says it's going to go on.
Oh, so they're
That's
going to
what he
move
says.
forward.
He says this doesn't change
Wow.
their judgment of it or whatever they think of it.
Does anybody want to elaborate on Roe versus Wade, what it is for those listeners who have no idea what that is? I'm sure people have heard of it.
I need my phone to explain shit.
Gives
and I'm
gives
using it to
women
record.
the right to choose what is right for their body when they're pregnant.
Correct. So basically, if you choose to
Right
want
to abortion.
have, exactly. If
Yeah.
you want to choose the right to have an abortion, you can do that. If you don't, you don't have to. However, they're trying to rescind that law, which I think is pretty crazy.
It's
'Cause
crazy.
It's your
Yeah.
body. You should.
When did that law first get passed?
In the 70s, no?
Yeah,
I don't
think
know.
so.
I need to read up on this. I don't know the details.
I thought
Or
it was like
60s.
in the 40s or some shit. But the fuck?
No,
do I
no,
know?
no. Women had no rights in the
So
40s.
it's actually that
They had
relevant.
no
like
rights
it's
in the
that-
40s.
But then Texas last year they put the state law that or something
So it was
that
passed.
they
Actually, you're
could.
right. I'm sorry to interrupt you. January 22nd, 1973.
that's right, 70s.
The Supreme Court issued a decision in favor of Jane Roe, whose name was Norma McCorvey, holding that women in the United States had a fundamental right to choose whether to have abortions without excessive government restrictions, and striking down Texas's abortion ban as unconstitutional.
This is the way Texas got around it last year. Is that people can now do a citizen's arrest or sue someone who has had an abortion for murder or something like that. Something wild.
They want more snitches.
Yeah, but they're also they're a gun carrying states. So I mean, for people who carry guns and are trying to constitutionally change other people's rights, I think that's pretty sick.
You know what's crazy is that there are people out there that make it their job to go around and do like that check, like, oh, this person did this abortion. And I only know this because there was a guy that made like $100,000 in New York City for calling on like 311 to tell on people that their car was idling. And
No.
and because so for whatever amount of summons that the cops come and give that ticket, he would get 20%. And
No
the motherfucker made
way.
like $100,000.
Guess what? He should mind his fucking business because it's not your fucking car.
I
not
didn't
your
know that
fucking
there
gas.
was a 20%
Yeah.
share on that.
That's a rack in New York. That is a rack.
I don't think that still exists
I'll do that all
anymore,
day.
but-
Yeah, no, and so that's that. He made that his full-time job.
Wow.
He literally did, and so he would just like literally, walk, like look out of his window or everywhere he was walking,
Yeah.
bang, just call them. I gotta find exactly. I saw it on Instagram now, this or something, and the guy literally made 6 figures.
Is that taxed?
I don't know how any of that works, but it's insane. So to say that, so I know there would be someone out there going to these abortion clinics and saying,
Yeah.
the wild shit.
Oh, they
So-
wouldn't have any funding for that though, because it's women. It has to do with women's health. So,
Yeah, but it's stopping the abortion.
but it's still women's health, so there's no funding for that.
It's just insanity.
You guys want to touch up on the fact that COVID is now spiking again?
Yeah.
So I was talking to one of my best friends. She literally gave birth 3 weeks ago. Her husband caught it from her sister, and they didn't even know he had COVID for like almost 10 days. Her 3-week-old now has COVID, and so does she. And I'm just like, oh my God, this poor baby. I mean, it's also the times that we're born in, but it's like,
But the baby's all right.
she's good, thank God. So far, so good. But it's crazy that the numbers are spiking again. However, it's like, you're not sure whether you have COVID, a cold, the flu. Everything is one big
Allergies.
fucking sick now. Allergy,
Straight
like,
allergies.
It's I mean,
Hookah,
one
too
big
much
sickness
hookah.
now.
Too much hookah, recycled hookah water.
Recycle hookah water. It has the side effects of
it's-
losing your voice, constant headache for 48 hours.
Because the alcohol and the hydration had no part in that.
You legit,
No.
you legit
Talking
cannot
nonsense.
perform because like you can't perform like overall perform.
Let this be a PCA.
bad.
All right, there,
What is
NASCAR.
it? Public service announcement.
The fucking Formula 4 car is idling, but the engine's not running anywhere.
Crazy.
Recycle hookah water is like the new COVID. That shit is seriously horribly bad for you.
But no,
Hookah water.
seriously, it's like a lot of people are catching it. They're getting, it's going up
Did you
again. I'm just
see
like,
the amount of personal space we had in any of the bars we went to?
I do not remember
I
the
didn't see
second bar.
one mask.
I
I
believe
can't commentate on that. I had
Yeah.
plenty of space at the third bar.
We saw more sombreros and masks.
Yo, my man. So you know how sober I was so sober that I threw on this umbrella and I had it on from I would say easily 10, 20 minutes.
Oh, you said you were hungover yesterday.
No. At the time I was
Oh,
sober.
got it.
At the time.
Okay.
And
I thought we were sharing together in misery. But
No, chill. At the time, and then after I gave up the hat, I thought to myself, "Fuck! I hope no one has any lice or some shit because that hat
Imagínate.
was being passed around like crazy."
I took that hat home and disinfected that bitch.
You took it. I'm like, yo, somebody.
I had to
should
bring a
take-
party favor home for my son. Meanwhile, he woke up on Friday morning and he was like, "Mommy, this hat is so beautiful. Can I take it to school?" I was like, "You cannot take a Corona sombrero to school, honey. No. You can wear it in the backyard."
It's like the kid
cute.
that wore a shirt and he thought he was wearing the shirt with the McDonald's logo
oh,
on
yeah,
it.
I sent you that.
And
What?
and so he thought it was the M and it said in the bottom, "I'm loving it." But what it was two legs. Like
Oh
that.
my god!
The kid's just
Yellow.
cheesing.
And the kid is like,
I wonder what the teachers in his school thought.
well, apparently
That's
nobody
true.
said anything to
That's
It
him.
is
hilarious.
wild as kids with the shit that we do. Because as a kid, I used to take the crack vials to class all the
Jesus.
time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's easy.
How-
I used to
why?
collect them in the heights and take them. They're different colors. They are orange. They have yellow, red, white. I stick them to the class, and I used to
Show
build
and
blocks
tell.
with them.
Oh my god. That's
Oh my
wild.
god!
Show and tell.
And mom was like, "Come here," and I used to get beaten. The teacher called my house. I used to get the shit out of me, like whooped ass. And then mom was like, I just got a little crack, like little vials.
you- Little-
It's a
glass
science
blocks.
experiment.
It's
glass
little
blocks.
vials, so I could build blocks, and they look cool, like yellow, green, and nice little color.
Wow.
Dead.
No, man. I remember in that moment. But yes, the following day I was hurt. Even that night it did hit me. I fell asleep in the shower. I feel like that's always my way of getting back to like life. That's my rejuvenation.
Your 4-hour showers.
Yo, my man, I just like lay down there.
Yeah, I'm never letting you take a shower in my house ever.
I know.
No, just
Anywhere
give me
you
two
pay
Advil.
water
my bill will be a
Only in New
mortgage.
York. Yeah.
2 Advil, a bottle of water, and a pillow. That's all I need.
I like lay down in the shower and just let the water hit you. It's just like shh.
Boy, what if you drown to death?
No, you don't because you got the shower. It's the one on top.
And the water, you don't think it'll pool at the bottom?
Just be like
Yeah,
that.
man. Google it. People have died that way.
I'm good. I forgot what movie we were watching. We were watching a movie or a show, and a dude went to work. I don't know. It was a while back, and he had so he would watch his workers behind a glass like mirror, like a two-way mirror, but inside of it there was a big tub. And he would just sit there watching everybody. I'm like, coño, that's a pretty good way to do it. Like a pool, not a tub. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just like, man, I don't know about y'all,
Sounds
but
like a fucking Scarface kind of pool.
it was pretty baller. It was pretty baller. I need to remember what movie that was. So if you remember that movie, please call 1-800-227.
But speaking of movies, so last night you said you saw Strange.
I did. Not gonna give any spoilers, but I actually saw the first Strange movie not too long ago, actually, maybe like a few weeks ago. And watching the second one, being it from someone who's newly introduced to that character, it was an awesome movie. I highly suggest people watch the movie. Stay for the mid credits. Stay for the after. The after credit was like
you better
all
stay
right.
for the mid credits. I mean,
The mid credit was nice, but the after credit was like all right. But it was overall a really good movie. You will be so surprised watching this movie. You'll be like, holy shit, I didn't know that. But you'll love it though. Like I sat there for 2 hours and I was just like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? And I'm not a huge movie buff, but I loved it.
Now I was watching the Batman again. Yo, that movie's sick. That's a dope.
The
movie.
newest
movie.
Batman.
The latest one.
Honestly,
I love that
thought it
movie.
was. I thought it was trash.
Really?
I thought that the guy. I don't even remember his name. The guy from Twilight playing Batman.
Robert
Robert
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. Yeah, I thought he was trash in that movie. He was a horrible choose for that character. I did not.
You're wildin'. You're
Honestly,
wildin'. You are wildin'.
How about this?
Yo,
A lot of people
Just block
actually
her.
agree with me.
Disconnect her.
No, a lot of people agree with me. I did not like. I was like, yo, I
Nah.
sat there for 3 hours. I watched the movie. I was just like,
Nah, you got no.
I thought it was a good movie. I liked that they kept it pretty true to what it would actually be like if Batman
that
was,
it was.
like one of us. I mean, not just
That
one
it
of
was.
us, mere plebeians,
Yo,
but like a
when
wealthy
that
guy.
dude, when he runs away from the cops in the precinct and he runs up to the tower and he's
he
about
got-
to, he's like,
oh.
oh, shit. And I'm
Like,
like,
see, I agree
yo,
with that.
it
I
was
feel
legit.
like-
The eyes, even the eyes, I was like, it's Batman. You saw fear in that motherfucker's heart.
Squirrel suit.
Yo,
For me-
that shit was legit.
like,
for
hey,
me
yeah,
personally, I
that's
feel
pretty
like the storyline was cool, but at some points in the movie, it just dragged on for too long. And I don't like Robert Pattinson as a Batman. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not a huge critic. Usually, I'm like, yo, it was dope. It was cool. I love all the other Batman movies. That one, I just wasn't a fan of. However, I do agree with Haidar that the idea and concept of him being one of us is pretty cool.
Yo, what are you doing that little sound with your voice? Was that you?
No, that wasn't me.
I think that was something else.
I heard something, but it wasn't me. I think he was the best Batman.
No,
I think he's the best Batman.
He was good. He was
That's
good.
good.
I don't
No,
know.
I think fighting wise, just the Batman who he is. Year 2, he is the best. To me, he is the best Batman. He has a
You ever seen the cartoon Year One?
year 1, yeah.
Yeah, nah. So I was like, oh, that shit's popping. It was good.
And everybody go, oh, but he wasn't Bruce Wayne. I said, this movie was not about Bruce Wayne. That's the reason he came out very little. There was nothing about the Waynes except for the father.
No, it wasn't focused on him being Bruce Wayne. It was focused on him
Batman.
being a citizen and being Batman.
I liked it.
I loved it.
I
I
did too.
fucking
Yo,
loved
the
that movie.
score is sick. Like the music, when I was listening,
The music
I
was
was just like, yo.
Do you guys find it a little weird that in the latest Batman he didn't have as many like technologically savvy things
Because
as
it's
Fuck, it's year
real.
2.
I like it.
It's year
Yeah,
2.
he's-
This is Batman year 2. This is the reason why he said when he went up on that ledge and he threw himself, he goes, oh, like he's never been
Yeah,
to that.
he's never done any of that. This is
You know,
his
he
first
has
time.
he has nothing yet. He doesn't have the
ordering off
Oh, he
gadgets.
didn't
Amazon.
develop any of that. He was
He
still
hasn't
like a
developed.
teenager, no? Like in the movie, he seems very young.
No,
in the
no,
movie.
he's up there. He's like in his 30s. But
No, he's in his 20s.
His
And
20s?
that's year 2. His
but,
20s.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Year 2 is his 20s.
That
when he was
Oxford
when,
collar
when
shirt
Batman was
gives it
first being
away.
developed and
Oxford
first coming out. Right?
Any motherfucker that
Sense.
wears Oxford collar with a tie.
And he doesn't. he still hasn't.
Preppy doofy nigga.
He still hasn't. His shoes hasn't filled it into the Bruce Wayne character of him being a philanthropist, of him having his gadgets and
Yeah, nah, he doesn't know what
he
he's
doesn't
doing.
recognize that all the wealth that he has can be beneficial for him. All he
still
thinks
fighting
all he
against
thinks
that.
about is vengeance.
Although I
Yeah.
have to admit, I thought Catwoman was super
I
fucking
loved
sexy.
her. She was
And
great.
that's the
was
other thing.
sexy
They
as
had
fuck.
great
Yeah.
chemistry.
She was
And
great.
I
Zoe
feel like
and him
that
and Robert.
dynamic-
I mean, that kid he's a great actor. I mean, I
I
loved him.
him in Twilight. Don't get me wrong. Everybody's like, oh my god. I was like, no, I loved
They
Twilight.
did justice by him by making all his speaking parts in the post. Like he wasn't speaking too much on screen.
That's
So-
what's
so they
most
did justice
powerful.
by
That's what's
him.
most powerful about the film. That in Moment of Silence, it said so much about the entire scene, just
No,
of him being quiet.
Because if he would have done too much talking, like when he did talk to Alfred, it was, hey, my parents, he's not your dad, you're not part of his family, you're mad bullshit. Like, fuck you, man. Yeah, he was like the little spoiled brat. Pero when he was speaking as Batman, it was like, yes, talk more. But it was all in post. So I was like, yo, they did justice. They did justice by him.
I thought it was weird that they killed off Alfred in the movie, though.
No, he doesn't die.
He doesn't die.
I thought he died.
No,
Nah, what
He
movie
was-
did you see?
that's what I'm saying. That's like
He was
you
on the
clearly
fire,
did not
though,
see.
no?
Yeah,
He
but
was
he
on
didn't
the
die.
fire.
No, he died. I thought he died in that fire.
No, that's
Wasn't
when
he in the hospital after?
That's when he got upset at Alfred for lying to him for many years.
Because they were
in
like,
the
oh, there was an
hospital.
explosion or there was a fire in the house. That's why I thought he died. I didn't catch the hospital part, but I was just like, wait,
Was there a hospital scene with him?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
the
he sat
hospital
down
scene.
next to Alfred in the hospital
Okay,
bed.
that's-
Okay, I thought he died. That's what I was like.
And I'm gonna tell you this now. In 10 years from now, you're gonna realize that he is the best Batman. Not you. Everybody will realize that. You know what? He is like.
I mean, there aren't many to choose from. You got
yeah, but between
who you got? You
the
got,
original one, the one in the 60s, you have
that's the mayor
West?
from Mayor West.
Mayor West.
Adam West.
Adam West. Then you have Keaton,
Michael Keaton,
Kilmer.
Val Kilmer. He was trash.
Clooney.
I
trash.
thought Michael Keaton was good though.
Bateman. Well,
Michael Keaton was dope, but
see, Michael Keaton. I have number 3.
But yeah, but you got
Christian Bale 2.
Bale. I
Christian
mean,
Bale
but Bale
wasn't
was
bad.
cool.
I like Christian Bale.
He did that funny voice with Batman. Though,
Yeah,
where
like
he talked like
everybody
this.
did the work for him. I felt.
Yeah.
Like when Batman talks
Yeah,
like this.
like you know, The Dark Knight. It was all Heath Ledger. You know, like
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
Heath Ledger
Like,
was
yeah,
hot
he-
popping.
You see, but I think he was the best Bruce Wayne.
and
Christian
but
Bale?
yeah, he
Christian Bale.
played that dickhead
That,
role.
Yes,
yeah,
he
that
did.
was he was the best
Absolutely.
one. But then you see, after Patterson, I think Ben Affleck was the best Batman.
I forget about Affleck. I don't.
Honestly, I forget it.
Yeah,
It's just the style that they have that the Snyder gave of that Batman.
the Dark Knight.
It was vicious. He was angry. He was vicious. Old. I mean, he was breaking
I'm
bones.
speaking
Speaking
of-
of,
I haven't
speaking of
seen
Ben
that one.
Affleck, did you guys see what was in the news about him recently?
What's up?
How like one of the girls from Selling Sunset claims that she was on like a dating app and she matched with Ben Affleck, and they were like supposed to go on a date and they were like chatting back and
No,
forth.
she got catfish.
That's catfish.
Straight up. I mean, it was pre Jennifer Lopez. I'll admit that because anybody who fucking fucks around about Jennifer Lopez's back is a fucking moron because she's the hottest 50-something-year-old I know.
But it's happened like
However-
7 times though.
I would tap it 7 more.
Like I
But-
mean, you know, talking about that. I mean, this is his second go around with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
It's like
engaged
they're in
now
a
again.
fairy tale.
He bought her a green engagement ring. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Which
That's
is pretty
nice.
cool. It's different, but I'm just not a fan of colored engagement rings. I feel like it should be classic. If it's gonna be blingy, let it be blingy. But
Well, with her doesn't matter. She has like 6 of them. I mean, you gotta get her something crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
you gotta get her
right?
like a green.
She can have whatever she wants.
You can't give her like a regular ring.
yeah,
That's only for the one time. It's special. But J-Lo has 6.
I think there's so much pressure
It's just
being with a person like that. Like, it's
yeah,
just too
but also
much.
we don't know what
seems
she's
very-
like
She's very
personality-wise.
demanding. She has to be very.
See,
demanding.
that's
has
what
to
we
be.
see.
She
But
has
what
to be.
about in person? What if she's just really humble with the person that she's with?
Sure,
in her
I'm
family?
sure
but
there's
she's
an
not.
aspect
But
to
she's
that
not.
too.
No, I think she has
But
to
we
be.
don't know
It's
that.
part of her.
I met her before. Like,
She's very demanding.
I didn't speak
She
to her.
knows
I
what
wasn't,
she wants.
I wasn't.
and I
I
think
wasn't.
That's what it
that's
is.
what it is.
When she came
knows
to my
what she
hotel,
wants.
If you ain't
when
ready
I
to
was
give her
managing a
that.
She's a
hotel,
multi-million-dollar woman. A person like that knows what they want.
Yeah. I
and they demand it. Yeah.
like when she went to the hotel with Mark Anthony, her manager said you can't talk to her, don't talk to her, and Mark was the one talking the whole time, and she didn't. She just looked at the room at the hotel. It took her to 3 penthouses. She didn't say one word. Mark was the one. He was very talkative. He chatted. He goes, "Oh, ¿dónde tú eres?" And I'm like, "Oh, from Washington Heights." Oh, it's good. We just started like. He's really, really talkative. He's a cool dude. She didn't say a word. She put shades on, did not say one word.
Yo, when he got with her, that dude looked like a fucking skeleton. Like,
He looked like this.
dude, it was like insane.
Like
Still
this.
looks like a fucking skeleton.
No, it was scary, man. I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
what the fuck happened to you? I mean, more power to the woman. It's
I admire her.
I mean, hey, he gave her.
I
two
mean,
babies.
6 rings out of 10 fingers. That's dope.
yo,
Yeah, she's great.
she's-
She went
killing
above
it.
Thanos.
she's rocking, man. I don't know.
She made it.
Bro, Infinity Wars.
You know, to
She
go
made
from.
it.
Oh, I want to share something that I now use in my life from JLo.
Oh.
So there was one of those articles on Google popped up about her regimen of skincare and how she stays looking so great at her age. She's like, I just look in the mirror every day and I say, I am youth and I am timeless. I was like, I started adopting that now. So
She told me about that, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start saying that. shit.
yeah, I am youth and I am timeless.
I mean, listen, if it works for you.
Yeah, it works. It's mindset. It's all a mindset.
Meanwhile, if you come across something for rosacea, let me know, girl, because
Rosé.
this little pinky cheek thing going on is not working for
we
me.
actually might have some stuff here
Oh.
that gave us.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a nice stuff, I think, for targeted for
Oh, okay.
rosacea. All that.
Definitely take a look at that.
Rosé. Sure. What is that?
So you see how my cheeks are pink and it looks like I have blush on, like makeup? I'm not wearing anything on my face. It's just naturally red pigment under my skin. I have pink undertones and it comes out even more. So sometimes it looks like it's acne, but it's not. It's actual just this thing called rosacea that flares up.
That Sun in DR is gonna smack you.
Oh my god, I'm gonna love it.
Yo, that
I want it
shit-
to smack me, burn me,
That
and make me
Dominican
a
sun
bitch.
is gonna smack the shit
Make
out of you.
me
dude.
your bitch, Dominican Republic.
Yo,
I cannot wait. You have no
Yeah.
idea. I was just so
that
hyped. I was like,
fucking-
yes,
that sun in the
yes, yes.
summer is vicious.
I cannot wait. Honestly, I don't care. I look like a hot tamale,
Hot
and then
tamale.
I look like a roasted red pepper, and then it degresses in like a day or two, and then I look nice and sun kissed, and I'm like, bam, bam. Damn.
that shit.
For all those listening, no, I'm not a fan of skin cancer. I wear sunblock. However, I'm very pasty. Very pasty.
This dude puts on like fucking baby oil while he's under the sun, and I just
do.
watch him bake, and I'm like,
I
what's
do
wrong
too.
with you?
I put on sunblock,
Listen.
and then on top of it, I'll put on baby oil or suntan oil, and I'm like, okay.
But
No, that's
the way
a
the way I simmer.
No, you don't burn
But look
like
how good
that.
I simmer.
how good did I look a few days later?
Nah, you were fine. But yo, that day, man, you looked hurt.
It's
Like very hurt. I'm sorry.
I was just baking. I was
It's
just
crazy.
it was shake and bake.
I learned that secret from somebody before because like I am obviously very fair skinned for those that don't know. So they said put on sunblock, and on top of the sunblock you can put a tanning oil. What happens is the sunblock obviously counteracts the tanning oil. However, it doesn't allow your skin to maintain damage as much as it would if you just put pure oil on it. Now, for us really white people that look like, fucking Frosted Flakes, that's a good regimen. For people that look like Lowe's who have like a deep olive complexion, go ahead and oil yourself up, baby.
Yo, nah, I was like looking at him. I was like, I stayed under the umbrella.
Well,
I was
you're
like,
light-skinned Latino, so for you would need the sunblock and then the
I
and
use
then the oil.
sunblock because I don't want to get wrinkles.
Nah, me and I'm a little more pastier than you.
It's good.
I just
You're-
don't
you're-
want wrinkles. I
you're
love the
like-
color, but it takes it takes more time to build up the color. But I don't
I
want
don't know about all
wrinkles.
the
yo,
whole wrinkle
when
thing.
that burns, yo, and you can't
like
even
death.
touch. Oh
It's
my
like
god,
death.
you can't touch your skin. It just hurts, and you're like, oh.
You want to hear a secret that I
When you
actually
peel?
learned as a kid? If you put yogurt, like buy some plain Greek
Yeah.
yogurt or plain yogurt, and
Yogurt,
put
yeah.
that in. My mom makes it homemade, so she's like, no, here's some yogurt. She
Yeah.
I got burnt one time,
But-
like a 3rd-degree burn. She put yogurt all over,
Oh my god.
and let me tell you, it absorbs instantly. But then she put it on 2 or 3 times, and you feel the instant cooling sensation. It's actually better for me personally than aloe vera.
Aloe vera, that should be popping.
No, but yogurt is the best. And if you're burnt, you can't have sex. That's the worst.
Wait, why would you be burned on those parts?
Well, not
No,
there.
no,
It's
you
just
just
because
can't
you're
get
laying on the
touched.
bed. You can't touch. They can't touch your chest,
So
your
basically,
back,
it has to be
your
like
legs.
completely just like strokes. You can't touch raw
Don't touch-
strokes.
I feel like this comes from personal experience.
Have you ever looked up sunburn sex? Like,
No. However, I'm sure our
Listen,
listeners
I'm
are going to
telling
look
you,
it up
I'm
now.
telling you, it's all about the clean strokes because you can't touch. Once
Like-
you touch, everything
we
hurts.
gotta execute accordingly.
And you just think about smacking like, no, I can't smack. It has to be clean strokes.
I don't want to bend my arm. I'm going to hurt it. I'm going to hurt it.
Yo, well, man, no,
But
that
now that
shit
you
was-
say yogurt, if you put some yogurt in it, could be, that could be interesting.
Yeah, coconut oil is the best lubricant I heard about.
it'd be popping.
Fucking, you're going to be slapping her ass with yogurt, and it's going to be in your face. You're going to be like, is this a parfait?
Yeah, because coconut oil doesn't have any scent or taste.
Yes,
or
it
like-
does.
It does.
I don't smell it.
It has a scent and a taste, absolutely.
Yo,
the
what
thing is,
coconut oil
do
y'all
you like
using?
coconut?
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't like anything coconut. So coconut oil, I can smell it. I like actually the smell of coconut oil. I like the smell of coconut in other things. And but I
not
don't
inside.
eat coconut. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. However, I'm just saying like coconut flavored food, drinks. I don't mess with coconut like that.
Really?
Like,
I like coconut yogurt.
nothing.
Love that shit.
Nope. I
Love
don't
it.
eat.
Love it.
What is it called? Almond Joy, Mounds. I don't eat that stuff.
love
Like
those.
none of that.
No, I hate the texture of that shit.
No, like the chocolate bar.
The-
I
yeah.
do nothing coconut other than like coconut scented like lotions or maybe like body oil and like coconut oil like to cook with because it's a healthier.
Cocoa butter, man. That's just this fountain of youth.
Yes, it is. I love it.
Yeah, but I feel like the oil compounds of cocoa butter is way too much for your skin. It's too greasy.
Too greasy. You don't like that?
It's way too greasy.
The nice oily.
Don't tell that to an African American. That shit works like that.
And how about this? It's not the coconut butter that does it. It's the shea that's in the coconut butter.
The shea.
That's what's
I don't even
too
know what
much.
shea is, but I like saying the word
Shea
shea.
butter. It's shea butter.
Shea butter.
Word of the day, Rashay.
Rushe.
I know we didn't stick on any solid topics today, but I personally just enjoyed talking to y'all.
We haven't chatted in a minute.
It's been a minute
No,
since we've chatted.
it's been a while since we freestyled.
We'll wrap it up and go to last call for words, and yeah, and I think that's we'll end it right there.
Is
Close?
last call?
Your last call for words.
All right, man.
And your voice sounded good the entire time. I don't know
No,
what you're talking
stop
about.
that bullshit. You just all right. Tell me more. Go ahead. Tell me more.
Yeah, stop. Tell me more.
Bana, we're thinking about you, Bana. We're thinking about you. Shout out Bana. No, I mean, last words. I mean, yeah, our friends. You know, let's not block each other. That shit is not cool.
It's deep. You went deep. Wow. Good for you.
I mean, we're right there.
Yeah.
Let's take it down the alleyway. Friends are important. They get Instagram numbers for you. They get they help you out. You know, when you're in need of help, you never know. You know, it's a big thing of who we are in our daily lives. You know, let's not block each other out. We got to show each other some love, some compassion, some kindness.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we need to be around each other and we could work on ourselves and we could do our thing. I have accomplished so much more via my friends. The last few months we've been doing this. You know, I've accomplished more than I have in the last 5 years. Maybe not economically, but emotionally. With no damage. With no damage.
Only wins. Only
Building
wins.
that
Only
emotional
wins.
Warm,
infrastructure.
fuzzy
I mean,
feelings.
I even learned how to close some deals lately. I'll keep that to myself as an inside joke.
I was just
Delegator,
gonna
the
say.
delegator.
But yes, those are my last words. I mean, let's love each other. Let's look after one another. And when we need help, pick up the fucking call. Call your boy. Call your friend, your girl, whoever it is.
Yeah. No.
I love you, man.
I love
Love you guys.
Love it.
I love y'all.
Do I even have a sound effect for that? No, shit.
For love, no.
Probably not.
But I dropping bombs. D.
So for me, I'm gonna piggyback off of that a little bit. I just want to say I'm super grateful for everyone that's in my life currently, whether they're old friends or new friends, and experiences, and being able to learn and elevate and engage with everyone is such a surreal experience. I just want to say thank you to everyone and anyone who is in my life, who has always looked for an aspect, whether it's negative or positive energy, and helped me to engage and grow. And please be careful and don't drink that house tequila. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that house tequila. Be on the lookout for that bottom shelf. If that bottle comes out the bottom shelf, watch out.
And no recycle hookah water.
Oh my god! Yeah. You gotta be. I'm gonna be a bit more diligent about that, because if they're for real, they're for real.
I really sincerely want to know where you went for that recycled water, because that's just fucking
That was
gross.
Ray. Ray Sunshine said that.
No, when he said
my
that, I was
God.
like, "Yo, you lying."
Ray said it, and that shit went into Ron's head.
That
and
was
it's-
disgusting.
Yeah.
No, it's just gonna be embedded in my brain.
He stopped and looked at each other like, "Are you really? Are you serious?" Recycle water.
I have a
Stupid.
thing about water, yo. Like it's a big thing, but you know what? H, please, last call.
I've been taking stock of my friendships lately, and the ones that have
That's true. No,
stayed throughout my transitions. I've transitioned a lot in my short life, and the ones who, for one reason or another, we grow apart just naturally. So that's been a theme in my life, and I'm appreciative of y'all and this group that we have. There's a lot of love and support.
every time you
And
drop the
always
y'all, I remember you're from Texas.
And
I like the y'all.
yeah.
Y'all.
Thank you. And I want to be a better friend, so I'm gonna work on that. So also, happy Mother's Day to my mom.
Oh shit!
Aw,
I
that's
love you.
I forget that that's tomorrow.
Oh yeah, and you're a mom.
I am.
Oh shit! Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you.
You're a father, but you don't count.
I don't count. We really don't count.
I'll see you in June. I'll see you in June.
We don't count. I mean, unless Amber Heard is beating the shit out of us.
It's Mother's Day, but I'm taking Zane for a treat. So
Where are you guys going?
So I'm taking him to medieval times.
Oh,
So we went one time before and he loved it. So
That's awesome.
I'm actually going to be picking him up tomorrow, and we're going to be going to medieval times for like a 4:30 show. But it's so engaging for both adults and kids. It's so fun. So I was like, all right, let's go. Plus they have a bar, so I'm like, all right.
I used to be in the medieval shows in college. I used to do that.
I actually loved that, like that
fun.
medieval wear. I
Yeah.
thought that their fashion was like dope. I was like, oh, that's so modest but like sexy. I'm like, do that. Show your boobies, cover your butt.
Yeah, I went to a like a not like a medieval times thing, but it was like a festival.
19th century
Oh,
festival.
Renaissance
Yeah,
Fair.
Renaissance
Yeah,
Fair.
yeah.
There we go. Renaissance Fair.
Can we do that this year? 'Cause
That'd be fun. I
hear
would
about
love
that
to.
every
You know,
year. It's
things are
dope.
finally opening up, but I should look into it. And if there is a Renaissance Fair, I'll be totally
Let's
down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I
You gotta dress up.
had mead for the first time, and it's like beer and wine together.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a fucking hangover! Like yo,
Ooh.
fucked up. It was
but
bad.
I mean, I don't think I would drink something like that knowing it's beer and wine.
But
together.
I didn't know what it was the first time I had it, and I'm like, yeah, this shit tastes amazing. But then after that, I was just like, no, never again, never again.
He looked like a llama, his
I
tongue
was
hanging
like,
on his
oh.
face and everything.
If a medieval ghost was show me, he says, "You are a bitch."
Yeah. I was just like, no. My last,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, what were you gonna say?
What are your last words?
My last words. You know, it's wild because we talk about friendships, we talk about family. And every week we have something meaningful that we all come full circle to, and I'm just fortunate and blessed that we have such a tight knit of friends that we can always, you know, reach out to. And ever since we started this, I think my conversations with my friends have been able to dive a bit deeper and go beyond surface level conversations. You know, many of our friends, you know, Los and I, we've known each other what would now seem like 25 plus years, and many other friends second grade or whatever, and Eddie and all these people. And you realize that time, number one, doesn't stop, but you can go throughout life just having surface level conversations and not really know someone
Without going in depth, yeah.
without going in depth, and that's when it becomes unfortunate. And I think it's been an absolute blessing to create moments where people can go beyond just that. Because, you know, you can have that frat lifestyle, the drinking and the drugs and the socializing and all that shit. But then once you're deciding to transition into your new self and your newfound self of life, whether it's family, whether it's careers and all that kind of stuff, rather than separating, I think that's when you should be stronger together, because now that's you've already had that foundation and you should be able to solidify yourself. And I feel blessed that we, for the most part, we all have that, because as we're getting better as people, as individuals, as partners, significant others, whatever may be in our state of our lives, it's to remind ourselves to reinforce those values and continue being better. And I think that it's not just about being friends to call each other when shit is bad. It's about being friends and having relationships when things are great, and reminding each other that we're great. And so I'm glad we can do that, and I thank all of you for that. And no, mad anticlimactic, but still I just mad grateful. And I appreciate it. So and I like verbalizing the good things, because I know we all focus on a lot of the bad, especially after pandemic and going from fucking pandemic, lockdowns, war, like shit right afterwards. And it's just like, hey,
Where's the romantic background music?
oh, you want the and you know, and I'll leave that as my last words. And I love y'all, appreciate y'all, and you know what? Thank you for the people that do listen.
Love you too, my brother.
Thank you, and we'll leave it with that.
Happy Saturday.
Now everybody can go out and get their house.